Hello, ladies. Hello. Welcome to I believe today is day 13, Calling All Lovers 31-day video training series. And I'm so glad that you are here. And tonight's topic is a juicy one. I'm going to share with you 3 important signs that you are not ready to date. So let's jump right into this and get started. Nice proper lading here. So welcome. I value your time as always, and I'm so thankful that you're here. And if you are watching the replay, as I always state, please let me know that you're watching the replay by indicating #replay. And be sure to post in the comment section any questions, thoughts that you may have. I am happy to address anything that you share. That is what I'm here for. So, how do you know when you're not ready to date? Or maybe you think you're ready to date, but there are 3 signs that would indicate to me that you are not. Now, again, these are my thoughts, and you may agree or disagree, but I know and understand that they are valid in terms of getting into a dating relationship. And if you are dating with the desire to get into a stable relationship leading to marriage, you certainly want to be mindful of these 3 warning signs I'm going to share with you tonight. So let's jump right in. The first sign you are not ready to date, you're still talking about, still involved on some level with your ex. That's right, you are not over your ex. And that's a problem, because as long as you're still emotionally connected to that former lover, boyfriend, husband, blah, 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 you are not in a position really to be open, on a vibrational, energetic level to receive someone else into your life. You're still clinging to past relationships, past emotions. I venture to say that even now and today, if you're still in a regular form of communication with an ex, that have you really severed that tie and let that relationship go so that you can move on and move forward with a new thing, with a new person? Now, please don't misunderstand me here. Can ex-boyfriend, girlfriends, etc., be friends? Can exes be friends? Of course they can. But here is what I want you to know and understand, that if you are connected with an ex, my hope and my desire for you is that you've given yourself that time and that space of separation, meaning that there should have been some level of fully severing the tie in terms of the relationship, so that you could heal, so that you could work on yourself, and then you come back and you develop or redevelop a friendship. If you've broken up with an ex-boyfriend and you've been talking to him, quote unquote, since the day you broke up, you really haven't severed the relationship. I talked to some women who have had, exes, and they're still holding on to mementos and gifts and all sorts of things that symbolize their relationship, their connection, their love at that moment in time. And what I want to share with you is that until you fully release that, you're not creating in your life a space and a place for new love to come in. So make sure you've done the work to actually move on and get over your ex, right? And when you've done that and you've taken the appropriate amount of time to heal and to reconnect with yourself and to reconnect with your heart's desires and all of those things. And here's the other caveat: you've forgiven, right? You've forgiven the hurt, the pain, the disappointment of the relationship not working out. You've forgiven him if he had done something wrong to cause the breakup. You've forgiven yourself for maybe a mishap that you were a part in the demise of the relationship. So in addition to releasing and severing the tie with the ex, you're also giving yourself that space of forgiveness so that you can move on. And when the next individual comes in your life, you've done the work and you have the availability in your life to accept new love in. I think that's one of the biggest issues I see with some women is that they're still holding on to what was or what could have been. And then you get into dating relationships and you're comparing the new guy to the old guy, and that doesn't work. So if you're still holding on to your ex, and you're not over him, full on sign, you're not ready to date yet. So do the work, do the healing, and then place yourself in a position to be seen. So the next sign, if you're not ready to date, is you're suffering from some level of an addiction. And my hope and prayer is that the ladies in this group, but I communicate and talk to a large audience, there are bound to be some ladies who have an addiction of some sort. It may be alcohol, it may be drugs, it may be sex, it may be food. If you're suffering with an addiction, you need to work on that before you even begin to think about dating. Because what you don't want to do is to bring another individual into your life when there's some healing work that needs to be done around the addiction. And first and foremost, you need to be able to acknowledge that the addiction is there, so that you can begin to work to resolve it. Even in some cases, when you're upfront about the addiction, your partner that you're dating, may not be able to handle it. And this is even in casual relationships. So being mindful and knowing that you have some struggles at this time that you need to work on, that you need to heal from, that you need to resolve, that's okay. Take that beautiful time and space to be able to work on you and get yourself in the position to overcome that addiction, right? So that you're in a better place mentally, emotionally, spiritually, to be able to have conversations, get into connections, and ultimately into relationship with another. It's hard to do that when you have the monkey on your back, right? And so being mindful and admitting that there's an addiction there and doing and taking the appropriate steps and seeking the appropriate help to move through and get past and overcome the addiction. The next and third step, and there could be many warning signs, but right now I'm actually going to discuss 3, but I think I'm going to give you a 4th bonus, if you will, a 4th item that has come up for me that I think is important to share. But the 3rd sign that you're not ready to date, the warning sign, is you have a problem with sharing. You're not in a position to be able to share. When it's all about you and not in a good way, that's a sign that you're not ready to be in a dating relationship. Because even when you're getting to know someone very casually in the beginning, it's fun and it's lighthearted, as it should be. But if you're unwilling to share your time, your resources, and even your money in a casual way, what makes you think in a long-term committed partnership, that's going to change? I mean, it could be something as simple as sharing a meal together. Men love it when you are willing to give to them and they want to give to you, and it's reciprocated, right? But if it's all about you, my money is mine, his money is his, woo, 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 you're going to have problems in the long run. As I said, even in a casual dating relationship. And when you're casually dating, it's okay, when you split bills and things like that. But if inherently you have a problem of giving and sharing of yourself, and it's much more than just money, let's be really clear about that. It's sharing and opening up your heart, your emotions. It's about being vulnerable. These are all critical elements to successful dating and successful relationships. Sharing can also take the form of giving your time to other things rather than the person that you are in that dating relationship with. If everything else is more important than the man that you're saying you really enjoy spending time with, you really want to be with, you're thinking about moving to that next level, if you can't share your full self with him, there's a problem. And that's something that you just simply need to acknowledge and work on. Because when you get to the point, commitment, all bets are off, because it's truly giving 100% of yourself and having that emotional intelligence and awareness around the sharing piece is critical to the success in any dating, long-term dating, and ultimately long-term relationship. I would encourage you that if you know you have some struggles around sharing and vulnerability, to work on those challenges, right? To seek the support that you need to get past and get through it. I've talked to several women, and some women who've been married before and are divorced and are redating again. And when it comes to the vulnerability piece, to sharing their heart, that's one of the most significant and difficult pieces for some of those women to move past and overcome because of past hurts. That's why it's so important that when one relationship ends, you truly give yourself time and space to just be and to work on you and to take the time to really do an evaluation of the previous relationship that didn't work out and say and ask yourself, what was my part in that? What was my part in that? And then moving to the next relationship, what can I do differently? How can I show up differently? How can I be vulnerable? Now, again, when we're talking about vulnerability, you have to use wisdom and discernment in that, right? But you don't just pour your heart and give your whole self to someone who's not worthy of that. It's an up level. It's knowing your worth and knowing who you can share your vulnerability with and those you can't. And that's a whole different discussion about really understanding the elements and the basis of dating, particularly for us mature women. You want to know and you want to understand how you are redefining the dating relationship. And it can be a beautiful thing if you allow it to be. So here's the fourth warning sign, if you will, that you're not ready to date. If you're constantly thinking negatively, speaking negatively about men and dating and how things never work out, you're not ready, beloved. You're not ready. You have to be emotionally and energetically available for dating. It's the truth. You know, are you going to meet the perfect man every time? No, but you understand that dating is a process and it's so much more about you than it is about him. It really is. And when you understand that and you learn the beautiful lessons in the dating relationship, dating becomes fun. It could be as fun and as glorious as you want it to be. Even at 45, even at 55, at 35, at 25, at 60. I know. It can be hard to believe that. And so that's why it's so critically important that you've done the emotional work around that. So those are the warning signs, my 4 warning signs that you are not ready to date. Let me recap them one more time. You're not over your ex, number 1. You're suffering from addictions, number 2. You're unwilling or can't share and be vulnerable. And the 4th one, you're thinking negatively about dating, love, and relationships as a whole. So work on those. There are plenty of resources and individuals to support you so that you're emotionally ready. You're energetically ready to go on the beautiful adventure of dating, because as I said, it can be super fun if you allow it to be, if you have the proper perspective around it. So I hope that has served you. Again, if you have any questions, I am here for you. So until the next time, that is tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll be right here and can't wait for you to join me. We're almost halfway through, beloved. We are almost halfway through this beautiful journey of 31 days of Calling All Lovers, and the best is yet to come. I will talk to you later. Have a beautiful night. Bye.